like that. We all singing and dancing. This Friday morning is fantastic on the Now Morning Show, especially since my next guest will remind you that we always have a choice. Joining me this morning, we have Jameek Brown as writer and director, and actress Jennalee Metavere.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Now Morning Show.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I specifically use my little pun skills because the play or the actual piece that you are featured in, that you have written for, is called The Choice.
Yes.
And it speaks to what exactly we need to be considering, all the choices that we can make our lives better.
Definitely.
Tell me, Jameek, in terms of writing, what inspired this piece?
So at the point in time in my life, I was making some bad choices, and the friends around me was making bad choices as well. And I thought, you know, what about if I create a story, write a story, which talks about the impact of the choices that you make and the consequences that you face from the choices that you make. And it also mentions the impact of not listening to the voice of God in your life.
Oh, wow.
You know, so
Pretty profound stuff. You would think then that you have a very long writing career, but I understand that this is your first large-scale.
First major production, yes. I wrote smaller stuff for church and religious plays, but this is first big scale production.
And speaking of firsts, as much as you've studied geography, this is your acting debut on a larger scale as well, right?
Yes, it is. Though I have not studied it professionally, I have done smaller plays at a university level, school level, etc. And I always felt very alive on the stage.
Yes.
So when I was presented with this opportunity, I was very happy to
Snatched
be
it
back.
up
Yeah, and I hope
immediately.
that I can continue.
I like the choice that you made.
Yeah.
Because
I like the play on words.
a lot of the times, though, we tend to, shut ourselves out of opportunities because we are afraid of what we may or may not do. And it's a literal reminder, literal evidence that you always have the choice to try and then see how it goes. Now, in terms of this particular piece, it is already a very, very heavy overarching theme, the specificity therein, sexuality and relationships. Other topics that are touched on must have struck a chord with you.
Yes.
What was the experience like creating or actually portraying the characters who made these choices?
For me, my character is Maya in the play, and she is a young girl that's now entering university and really wants to fit in. So instead of staying true to herself, instead of staying true to her values, what she's taught in her family, she goes out and looks to be the one, to be the cool one, you know?
Come on, girl.
Exactly. But I also felt very deeply with her because in my teenage years, entering university, in secondary school as well, I also felt like I needed to fit in as well. And because of that, I would have strayed away from my faith for a while. I would have kept company that really wasn't the best company to have. So I relate very deeply with Maya in that sense. So I'm happy that I get to portray it and that the young people or anyone that comes to the play may also relate to her and see that it's okay that you can stand on your own. It's okay to stay true to your values and true to what you believe in. And the other characters as well. There's a character named Jenna, which is funny because that's also my name. But
that really deliberately done for me.
But I also see myself in her as well, being shy and being scared to show people who I am, being shunned away from certain choices that I make that weren't popular or weren't seen as the usual in society.
Gotcha.
So I relate a lot to a lot of the characters.
Jameek, what I'm hearing is a lot of relatable characters and a lot of relatable topics. And I want to ask outright, what is at least one idea that you hope people come away with when they see The Choice?
I think the most important thing that I want people to take away from this is that you need to be very conscious of the decisions that you make in life because they are never without consequence. Whether the consequence comes tomorrow or it comes 6 months from now, there's always a consequence. But at the end of the day, God's power to redeem a situation is always greater than our power to mess it up. So that's what we want people to remember.
Thank God for that, because listen, the way we can mess things up, the talent and skill we have there.
We're good at that.
So getting down to the brass tacks of the matter, in terms of dates, times, and location, where can we see it?
Right, so the play is going to be at the Central Bank Auditorium on November 12th and 13th. That's next week, Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
Tickets cost $150, and the show starts at 6 p.m.
Ooh, promptly, because
Promptly
we
at
know
6
they're
p.m.
sticklers for time.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now, this one is going to run you how long? Do we plan dinner after? How long is it?
We should be wrapped up by 8:15.
Oh, nice stuff, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
be a good precursor to dinner so you can discuss it.
Yes.
Planning those dates, guys. Good morning, Mark. Anyway, you guys are looking forward to, or rather, we are looking forward to what the choice will do. But in terms of future plans and aspirations,
Sure.
when we will see you next, Jenna?
Whenever the production company asks me to come again,
She's like, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
It'll be soon.
I really do feel like acting is a calling for me.
Nice. So if you were to inspire someone who is trying to make that choice, perhaps to switch from a part-time or dabbling on the side situation to full-time, any advice?
I would say you are your biggest critic most of the times.
That's true.
And that a lot of people will see potential. Throughout this entire play, there are countless cast members that come up to me after telling me I'm so talented and they're so proud of me. And it's shocking because these are professionals. They would have acted on a bigger stage before. And it always shocks me because I'm always so hard on myself. But I just want you to know that if you are truly passionate about it, you can do it. Don't be afraid to do it. You can, and just be gentle to yourself as you go through the process.
I love the support here, and of course it is testament or testimony to her because you were seeing it in real time.
She's incredibly talented.
Boy.
Incredibly talented.
So we need to come out to the show and make sure that we see Jenna in all her glory
In all her glory, yes.
as Maya.
As Maya.
That's Maya.
Making certain.
Yes.
Similarly, I must ask, in terms of inspiration, we know that we both are grounded in our faith and
Yes.
understand that calling.
Yes.
But if you were to tell someone to try their hand at writing, it's not easy. But what kept you going through the process?
Well, the thing is, I actually, before writing this play, I also wrote a book in 2020. So writing is something that I love, and I would say to just start. You will be bad at first. You will be terrible, and I think that's why people fail to start, because they see what they write and they say, okay, this is not good. But the more that you write, the more you tweak, the more you edit, the more you tweak, the more you edit, and you eventually have a final product that you could work with. And even when I wrote this back in 2017, I, as Jenna just said, I over-critiqued myself into not wanting to ever bring this to life. You know, and
Glad you talked yourself out of it.
yeah. Some encouragement from some people, and I really just got it off the ground. Thank God.
Well, it is coming to a theater near you. You, of
Yes.
course, can get your tickets at just $150. Is it?
Yes.
So that you can make the best possible choice for you. Ladies and gentlemen, before we leave, how can we find you online?
Yes, so I wanted to say Crossworthy Productions. We're on Instagram, crossworthy.productions. You can get tickets there. I can also, should I give my number?
By all means, just
so,
get ready for the calls.
Yeah, so 273-0419. You can call or WhatsApp. Or you can contact 681-8275, and we will get tickets to you as soon as possible.
And Jenna, how can we find you?
Same place. Crossworthy Productions.
Any
Would
Instagram
find
handles you want to share? What, Facebook, anything of the sort?
I'll just share Crossworthy. for now. Yeah.
We don't want too many fans just yet.
Just yet.
But you guys will make the choice when you see them in theaters. It is coming to the theater on the 12th and 13th of November. The choice of faith-based theatrical production, bringing us the options that are available to us on a grand stage. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for
having
having us.
And it's always a pleasure right here on the Now Morning Show, giving you more than you thought you needed on your Friday morning. Stick around, guys. We'll be back with more.
Why? We serve a mighty God.